This pencil, this is how the packaging looks. To begin with, how it looks very pretty. In fact, I regularly use 2mm mechanical pencils. This is one of the very few pencils where people have asked me what I'm using. This definitely grabs attention. And the reason it happens is one, probably the color. It's called a beautiful royal looking green with contrasting brass hardware and a pinkish eraser at the top. This combination works really well and makes it look very good. However, the paint job on this is probably a bit too thick and a bit too slippery. But that trade-off comes with a lot of gloss. So you can see how glossy this pencil is. It comes in a hexagonal shape, so does not roll very easily. Also, the facets are pretty wide. This is a thick pencil, and since the facets are wide, it's quite stable on the writing surface. Unlikely to roll around too much, uh, and thus does not need a roll stop. Sadly, it doesn't have a clip as well, so this is one you'll probably be carrying in your pencil case instead of one of your pockets. The shape is like a regular wooden pencil, but this one is a lot thicker than what a wooden pencil usually is. We'd looked at Kita Boshi recently, so this is a mechanical pencil built like a wooden one. All the pencils that I mentioned in this video either already have videos uploaded for them or they will be coming up in the very near future. So just look at the playlist and find the one. In case you're excited by any pencil you see in this video, you'll probably find the video in the link in the playlist. So this one is significantly thicker than a regular wooden pencil. Here, I would probably say twice the cross section. Yeah. But it's light. It's not as heavy as some of these metallic lead holders tend to be. In fact, here, while they're here, let's quickly do a length comparison also. We've got, this is the Root Ring Rapid Pro Staedtler 925, the Kita Boshi, an unsharpened wooden pencil with an eraser cap. For a smaller one for comparison, this is the Kohinoor Versatile 5601, and this is the Muji version of the same pencil. I have a feeling that Muji and Sharp are actually the same pencil with different branding, but this has some significant differences. I originally planned to cover this one in the same video, but it is distinct enough to deserve a video of its own, so that will come up next very soon. Moving forward, the next part of it is usage. So in terms of looks, it is a top-notch performer, grabs attention, and size, the width, DTH, and if we compare to regular pencils or a standard lead holder, the width, this is low and this side is high. The width is more and the length is less than a typical pencil, so it makes it short and stubby. Which then brings us to the lead options. This comes with a standard 90mm lead. The Ohto LEDs that are there are also 90mm. You can get the replacement LEDs in those sizes. For comparison, this is what 13mm Staedtler lead looks like. And while it does go in uh, it juts out like this, and if you just try, okay, I should have front loaded it before we go there. Okay, before we talk about the lead while we are here, the end cap comes with an eraser, but the bottom of it fits onto the plastic tube. The inners are plastic. It fits on the plastic tube from the inside. Oops, where did it go? Yes. So it fits on the plastic tube from the inside. While they do have a very tiny hole in this end cap, that is probably just as a safety measure or a choking hazard protection, but again that doesn't make sense because the eraser's blocking it off. Maybe it's just to allow the eraser to fit in and give the air an escape point, and then it goes and fits inside over here. And since this goes in on the inside of the inner tube, what that means is once you start loading a longer lead, it juts out like this. Can you use it? Yes, it can, but then this is how it will be. And until you finish this portion off, you always have the risk of breaking this part of the lead that juts out. However, let's just get the regular lead inside and do this. Another challenge while we're talking about the lead size, the leads that it comes with, the length is on the lower side of a standard pencil, but since it's a pocket pencil size, it's about normal. It's 90 mm, similar to what the Kohinoor Versatile takes. The leads are smooth. I think I got the B option of this lead. So if we look at smoothness and darkness, of again, left is low, right is high, of this lead, these are pretty smooth. Not as smooth as the Kita Boshi leads we spoke of in this video. Probably comparable to Uni, maybe slightly less or in the ballpark, but fairly smooth leads, fairly dark. It doesn't mention whether it's an HB or a B. I'm assuming it is B, but then again, the darkness is good. And in terms of color or blackness, this is black and this is gray. So this is definitely on the blacker side, where for comparison you have the Staedtler leads, which tend to be more gray, while this with similar pressure ends up being more black. Now it has an eraser at the end, but I wouldn't want to use it. It does offer, Ohto offers replacement packs, but outside of Japan, I don't know how easy they are to get. And I saw somewhere that a pack of 2 erasers is sold for $8 US, which is not really, which probably would not make sense for me. I'm okay not using it. It looks pretty good as it is, and you can either scratch out or carry a spare eraser with you. The sharpening of these pencils is a challenge because in fact this is an Ohto lead pointer. This is again an interesting one, but sadly it doesn't work very well with this pencil. The inners are similar to the Kita Boshi one that we saw, but since it's brass you can't really see inside. And if you have to sharpen this pencil, once it goes inside the lead pointer, what happens is the entire mechanism spins. So you'll see the pencil is rotating, but it's not really shaving the lead. So one way to do it is just hold it from here, grip everything, and then it starts sharpening a little bit, but it's messy and it's scary, and I'm worried every time I sharpen that I'm going to break the lid. So again, this is a problem that Kohinoor also has, and this one also has, where the inners of the pencil are not tied to the body or tied to the back, and the whole thing rotates when you try to sharpen, which makes sharpening the lead a bit hard. I've also heard people say that when they use the eraser also spins or rotates, so that also does not work. So the whole thing on the inside is loose and is a bit of a pain point for a regular user. Quickly covering the weight and balance of this pencil. Um, it is a light pencil. It is not very heavy. Um, it is definitely on the lighter side, probably because of being wood. Oh, I missed mentioning this, and this is too late in the video, but yes, this is real wood. You can catch glimpses of the wood here on the inside. Also on the front, this is all wood which is painted over, so this is good. Wood, it is lighter. The balance is, I think, slightly towards the back. Yeah, marginally towards the rear of the pencil, probably driven by this lead, by this eraser. But given the length of the pencil, this is short and this is long. Since the length is short, the slight rear weightedness does not really matter. In fact, what happens is it just sits very snugly onto the hand, and the balance works out pretty well. So I think from an ergonomics point of view, the length is okay, the balance is okay, the weight is okay. The only problem is the thickness, and I will talk more about this when I get to the writing part of this review. In terms of longevity and durability of this pencil, while the back opens up, the front, I really don't know how it opens. I tried unscrewing it, both the pencils, it did not come off. So if it's glued together, then the glue might deteriorate over time. So I don't know how this will perform in the long run, but that could be one challenge for its lifetime. However, you can throw it around in your carry bag, in your pencil case. It can take a bit of a beating. It's fairly sturdy, and since the front doesn't come off, I don't know, in case of lead getting stuck there or some gunk getting stuck there, how you're going to do maintenance on it. That might be a challenge. Enough about the looks, aesthetics, and the features. Let's get to the writing part of it. Now, writing with this pencil is a mixed bag. I will bring in both long and short writing sessions. The scale is going to be 1 to 7, with 1 being the worst and 7 being the best. For short writing sessions, I think this works well. It is convenient to use. The size and all works in its favor because it's easy to carry around. But for long writing sessions, I think the low weight and the high thickness, I think, prevent it from making it extremely convenient for me. Maybe for someone with big hands, this might be something that works really well. But for my use case, this is not something that is very convenient for an extended writing session. Also, another thing that you'll notice is that the end cap, you hear that? Yes. So the end cap is loose. It doesn't fit again, since the locking mechanism is on the plastic. The cap hits this ferrule and makes a slight knocking sound. You can use painter's tape or masking tape around the bottom edge of this. It'll just provide some cushioning and prevent the sound from escaping. But yeah, this is something that can get a bit annoying. So that is the writing part of it. For drawing or sketching, again, it is okay. It's probably, if you have to do broad strokes sketching, or you're not really doing a lot of fine work, I think this is something that you might find enjoyable. But if you want to do very detailed work, this form factor is probably not the best one. You'll need something which feels more precise, like this, or like this, or maybe the evergreen there, Mars Technico. So for technical drawings, not so much, but for sketching, I think for rough sketches which are not very detailed, this will do the job. And lastly, different people have different gripping positions. For me, I use it here, somewhere around here, but there are people who tend to hold it very close to the tip. So what they've done is they've shaved off the top of this wood. One, it gives it the look of a regular wooden pencil, how it looks when it's sharpened. But also what it does is it provides a smooth transition where you can hold the pencil from here, as against something like a Kita Boshi, which is, you see these bits which are a bit of an overhang where the hexagonal wooden part meets the chrome part. So I wish this was slightly tapered like they have done it on this one. So this is a plus, where it allows for a close grip as well as a further away grip. Of course, it doesn't have no knurling. It has no knurling. No metal part on the grip, which is standard, because again, this is another variant of having a wooden pencil which is converted into a lead holder. And that, I think, is all I have to say about the features, the usage, and the utility of this pencil. To wrap this up, the buy no buy decision, this is a good pencil overall. I do enjoy using it from time to time. There are a couple of drawbacks which make it slightly harder to recommend at the outset. However, it's not bad. So after hearing this, if you think you won't mind the few niggles that are there, then you can definitely try going in for this one. But you can skip it as well. It is not a must-have in your collection. So this one again will be firmly in between. You can buy if you want. It is not a must-have. It is not as pleasurable as this one is for me, but that's again my view. If you like thicker pencils, then maybe skip this one and get the Ohto. Depends on your hand size, depends on your writing style, depends on where you grip it. So there are definite use cases where the Ohto works. And a bit of foreshadowing, the Muji video is going to come up soon. If you're watching this later, it'll already be up, and I would have linked to it somewhere over here or there or wherever YouTube then moves the related links. It'll definitely be in the description. So this Muji pencil takes care of some of the main issues that are there in this one. Including this pencil here would make this already long video excessively long, so I'm not going to do it. But watch out for this one, and between the two, this might just be the pencil to pick. And until next time, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.